Hi, I had a dream the other day, on the 11th, 2 days ago. I was out in Chicago staying in a hotel. My grandmother-in-law passed away, and a lot of people have been dying. And I ended up having this dream, and I believe part of it was probably because I, just lost her and things. But I've been praying about this for the past 2 days. And I believe that this is an urgent message that needs to get out because time is very, 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 very short. And I've noticed that a lot of these dreams that I've been having, I've had very similar dreams around the exact same time of last year. Excuse me, and I have laryngitis, so bear with me. But I'm going to read to you what I have written down so I didn't forget anything. I call it the Nibiru. Rapture time is up. And then I wrote today on the calendar, it's 11/11/5777, because we're in the year 577, and it was the 11th month on the 11th day. And it's just amazing, okay? And then I had that dream. Well, I was in this hotel, and it was 4 stories high. And I was actually in a hotel that was 4 stories high. We were in room number 408, right? And we all decided to go swimming, which we actually did. And when I opened the door, okay, to this pool room, the water, like, immediately was touching my feet, okay? And I had a handful of clothes that I kept looking around to try and put them on, like, a bench or something so they wouldn't get wet so I could go swimming. But I couldn't find anywhere, so I kind of just dropped them. And I noticed that all the clothes were black. I don't know, they were dark colored. I don't know if it was jet black or if there was gray in it, but they were darker colors. Well, I couldn't find a spot. And then my in-laws and the kids were in the pool, which my in-laws were not there. So I noticed that the starting depth of the pool was 13 feet and the ending was 26 feet, okay? And this is weird because I'm actually afraid of vents and pools. I don't like swimming in pools. I will, but I don't like the vents. Well, and I remember in my dream, I remembered that. And I was afraid. And it's kind of weird. I don't know if you've ever had a dream like that. But I remember getting in the whole entire pool. And as soon as I did, you know how there's a walkway usually around the pool? Well, this whole room, the walkway disappeared and the whole entire room just became this pool. And I started panicking. I wanted out of the pool. And I kept looking around for a place to get out. Well, all of a sudden, a hand, okay, stretched out and grabbed me. Okay, as he leaned down to pull me up out of the water, I noticed that there was a ladder. Okay, and this guy, he was in a gray sweatshirt, and I didn't see his face, but I have a feeling it was my husband, and we know what the husband in dreams represent is Jesus Christ because he is our husband. Okay, like I said, I wasn't 100% sure. I got out of this pool, and I was not wet at all, and I was still in my regular clothes. All of a sudden, it switched scenes that I was on a patio on the very top floor of this hotel. Okay, and it was pitch black outside, and I had a phone in my hand, and some people were standing inside, and there was like these glass doors, of the apartments when you go out on the patio on the top. Okay, well, there was people out in the living room, and excuse me, and I had my phone, and all of a sudden, I saw the moon, and it was really, plain as day, it was orange, okay? And it was huge, like gigantic, huge. And then I saw a planet come up from behind it. But, like, here's the planet, or the moon, and it looked like it was coming up behind it, but it was almost like the exact same bigness. And then there was another little planet, which I believe was a star, okay? Because it was white, bright, but yet at the same sense, it was faded. You know how you see a rainbow and it starts to fade at the top because it starts to disappear? Well, that's how this planet star thing was, okay? And then they just, I was like trying to get these people attention inside the house to come outside. Somehow I was able to manage, okay, and as I was taking pictures, I was able to manage to get them onto the patio. But when I did, there was nothing there. It was just pitch black out. So they basically was like, oh my gosh, there's nothing here. So they walked back inside. And as soon as they walked back inside, I remember looking out, and it was there again. And this was strange because I knew that it was the planet Nibiru. And it started moving kind of closer to me, shifting just a little bit closer to me, right? And as it moved closer, it gave off a signal like to follow me. And it was like a spiritual connection between this moon and me. And so I took off and I ran, just darted really quickly to the elevator. And as soon as the door opened up, I'm sorry, my dog is barking. I have a basset hound. As soon as I opened up the elevator, I saw the number 4 and the number 13 floor only. And it was just weird. And my husband come up behind me and pushed the number 4. I said, why are we going there? I need to go to the 13th floor. So when the door opened on the elevator, okay, I saw that there was a pool on the 4th floor. And I was like, wait a minute, there's a pool on the 1st floor and there's a pool on the 4th floor. But how can I explain this? The elevator I was standing in all of a sudden became a pool. Okay? But it was as if I was looking at it instead of being in it. But yet the elevator I knew was going to collapse and fall, and it just wouldn't hold my weight. And so I said, this won't hold off much longer. And all of a sudden, as soon as I said that, there was glass. It was like a glass box all the way around me, as if to protect me from the pool collapsing on the ground. And then the very next thing I saw was outside, as I was looking straight, I saw these massive trees that were all the same. There was like a big one, and then it went down like this. And behind the trees were tall buildings and skyscrapers. But there was the moon and stuff that was there, and I seen it, right? And I saw in huge letters, NYC. I said, I'm in New York City, and I was shocked. I saw a ton of tall trees and buildings that was blocking the way of me seeing this planet, but it was now even bigger, okay? And I saw that the small white faded out planet star, when I said, lunar eclipse, red moon, okay? And I saw many people that was walking outside, but this was weird, okay? Every single person was in red clothes, okay? And it was dark outside, but yet it was wet, okay? And I knew the pool collapsed and flooded the area. I was not touched. Everybody was wet. The pavement was wet, and it was blackout. And then I all of a sudden had a camera, and it was pure white, and I was trying to take pictures, okay? And by this time, somehow, I was outside on the ground, and I heard someone say, that's a sundog. And it's funny because I posted a picture of the planet the other day that I actually took on my way to Chicago, and it's not a sundog. It's real. Like, I have it recorded. You can definitely tell it is the planet, okay? And I said, let me show you proof. This is biblical. Repent. Jesus is coming, right? And I kept walking and screaming. And at first I was shy, but the further I went, the louder and louder I got. And no one was paying attention to me, but everyone just looked at me, like real slowly, as they were walking in red, like zombified, just looking. And I was like, why are they not listening? And I was like, repent, repent. Jesus is coming. This is it. This is it. And no one was paying attention to this planet, okay? And all of a sudden, okay, I saw these UFOs that were in the sky, okay? And it looked like a frisbee on top, and it was green, like a forest dark green, and on the bottom it had like a bowl, like this. and it was silver at the bottom. Okay? And people said, oh my gosh, look, it's aliens. And I said, it's an illusion. The rapture's about to happen. This is fake. Okay? And I said it's man-made, and not one person cared what I had to say. And just then, I saw that these planets and the moon started falling to the earth, and it looked like a comet. Like it went, as soon as they came, they all, like, real quickly overlapped each other. They turned red, and I can't even explain it. It was as if they went like this, whoosh, and it had a tail, and it looked like a comet coming straight to the earth. And it started fast. And I remember running as fast as I could to try and stop this planet from hitting, and I kept screaming, we need more time to tell them. Whoops, sorry. And I said, we need more time. And I heard a loud voice said, no more. It's done. And all of a sudden, it was daytime out, and I saw the planets and this whole thing again. Okay, but I didn't have a phone, and my husband and many others finally saw it, and that's when I woke up. Okay, and I'm going to do part 2 to this because I'm out of time. Well, kind of, and I'm not going to have enough time, so bear with me, okay?